Critical race theory has become one of those polarizing and usually not very well defined terms. Advocates say it's just a series of legal and academic writings designed to better explain how race influences society. Opponents of critical race theory say teaching it in schools needlessly pits children against each other.
We need to start investing in programs like this, but also new schools.
Grandfather Pete Rivera had no shortage of strong opinions about what needed to change as he picked up his granddaughter Leah from the city's new Summer Rising program. He's also encouraged about some of the talk around what will change inside the classroom.
If you want to know your country, you got to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's how you learn about your country.
A few weeks back, Mayor de Blasio announced his $200 million Universal Mosaic program. The goal is to reflect the diversity of the city in learning materials used for English and math. On the steps of the Department of Education today, Republican candidate for Mayor Curtis Sliwa called the de Blasio plan critical race theory by another name.
This CRT program would pitch people against one another. That in that same classroom, you see, those are your oppressors. Those are the people who put you in the condition. That's why you're not learning.
We pressed Sliwa about exactly what was wrong with the mayor's plan. You see the achievement gaps here. Is it not unreasonable to ask to talk about racism in schools?
Why not give our children the basics? Give them the tools. Let their minds develop so that the discourse can get into those subjects when they're in their latter years of high school.
We flagged Sliwa's comments for Mayor de Blasio's spokesman, who tweeted, quote, "If Curtis thinks it's wrong that racism and slavery are discussed in schools, then there is something wrong with him." A spokesman for Sliwa's opponent in the race for mayor, Eric Adams, said he would not comment on the de Blasio policy nor Sliwa's comments today. But if you look at the Adams campaign website, the Democrat certainly seems at least somewhat aligned with the current mayor. The education section reads in part, quote, "Teachers will be trained in how to adapt to the cultural perspectives their students may bring to the classroom. The materials that are provided to our students in the classroom will also be more responsive to their full personhood." Any curriculum changes would take a couple of years to implement, so the next mayor will certainly have a lot of say over how much critical race theory influences or does not influence the classroom. On the Lower East Side, Henry Rossoff, Pix 11 News.